Today, your information is more exposed than ever. When you shop, bank, or browse online, you're vulnerable to cybercriminals. More threats demand more protection. That's why Norton and LifeLock are now one, combining device security, VPN for online privacy.
What's more? Morning, everyone. Just making sure I got everything right here. And just 1 second. Okay, all right. Okay, let's kill the music. And it's 6:30, like literally right on time. So I appreciate everyone in here. Share this out. Social media, let everybody know I'm live right now. I really appreciate that. I have no agenda right now other than a couple things I want to talk about at the top. And then I'm just going to absolutely freestyle it from there. Give me 1 second. And let me tweet that out. And it is tweeted out, if that's the right way to say it. Afternoon Cyberpunk 2077 fanatic. I'll get into that in a little bit, but I do appreciate everyone that is here live on the stream. You should be hearing me okay. Let me know if there's any audio issues or anything. So, man, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in the world right now. And if you look at the title of this live stream, it is called Reflecting on the Color of My Skin. And I fully admit I stole this title from Neil deGrasse Tyson and Marquise Brownlee. I actually was watching his video yesterday as I was driving back home with my family. And it really made me think, yeah, the color of my skin. And by the way, what Neil deGrasse Tyson wrote, absolutely go read it. It's fantastic. But the color of my skin, it's insanity that the world is on fire right now due to skin color. Let's just be real about it, right? That's what's going on right now. You're seeing global protests over racism and police brutality. You're seeing the quote unquote hashtag Black Lives Matter. You're seeing this because there's a problem in this world, and it all comes back to skin color. And I know people want to argue and scream out, all lives matter. Of course, all lives matter. Of course they do. We know they do. That isn't the argument here. The argument is not all lives matter equally, which is why you see the term Black Lives Matter, because we have centuries of inequality. We have centuries of enslavement and discrimination and just everything that goes with that. And as I sit here and talk to you guys with my 46 years on this planet, and I look back at my own life, just selfishly for a second, just looking back at my own life, I'm lucky. I'm very, very, very lucky to be where I am today. And, I was born, raised in St. Petersburg, Florida, the Tampa area, for those that may not know, but that's where I was born. I was born on the south side of St. Petersburg, Florida, and a black person in the mid 70s into the 80s and 90s that's where I grew up. That was my reality. And when I was on Spawn on Me, I forgot to bring this up because it hit me like a ton of bricks during the middle of the week. This is a memory I completely forgot about, so I'm just going to say it here. Late 70s, my mother moved us to a neighborhood that was predominantly white. It was, I guess, kind of the suburbs of St. Petersburg, right? And we were one of the first black families to move into that area. This had been like 78, 79, up in there somewhere, right? I was pretty young. And a memory that I kind of took out of my mind, something that didn't stick with me, but it happened, was that first year we lived there, and this had to have been around Christmas time. Back then, dryers and all that stuff wasn't a big thing. You used to hang all your clothes on the clothesline out in the backyard, right? So I just remember my mom would always do this. And we didn't have fencing to keep people from going in our backyard at the time. So cut to the chase of this. We left and went somewhere for a while. We came back home, and my next door neighbor and the neighbor across the street, their sons, came into our home, or into our yard, ripped down all the linens that my mom was hanging up in the backyard, smeared them in dog shit, and then ripped down all our Christmas lights and smeared in dog shit on the side of our house. Niggers go home. I had to have been 4 or 5 years old when this happened, so the memory of it isn't kicking in with me, but this happened. I remember my mother obviously called the police. Found out it was the neighbors. There was a court thing that happened, and the judge gave them a slap on the wrist. So basically nothing happened for doing that. And that was our welcome into that neighborhood. And again, I'm so young, I don't know what was going through my mother's mind, why we stayed there, what happened, but that was probably my first real memory of racism. And it was that young in my life, to where you just did that because of the color of my skin. You don't know us. We did nothing to you. But because of the color of my skin, you felt it was okay to try and destroy my home, to try and hurt me because of the color of my skin. That's America. And that was, like I said, the late 70s. And this shit still goes on today. It still goes on today. You know, thankfully, I live in an area where my children are shielded from that. I've lived in the Temecula area now since '03, so with the math, 17 years. And I've never experienced direct racism right in extreme in my face in this area, so my kids have never seen it. I educate them on what racism looks like, what it feels like to be discriminated against. They understand it, but they've never truly felt it. And I am blessed for that, which, by the way, the mayor of my town just had to resign because he sent out an email and he blamed it on Siri that he had a phrase that no good black person has ever been killed by the police. And whether he made a mistake or not, I do not know, but he clearly resigned over it. So there was something there that he said that. So that was the mayor of where I live. So again, and talking to more people now, there's, you know, people call him the Trump of Temecula or something like that, but I had never experienced it directly. So I'm very cautious when I talk about that because I don't have all the facts, other than he resigned over something that he admitted he said and blamed it on technology, but whatever. But this is the point. This is where we are. I look at what's going on in Seattle yesterday. You know, I saw DMG, I saw Pete Parsons, I saw a ton of our Seattle friends in the gaming industry that were peacefully out there protesting after their mayor and police department had a 30-day ban on using tear gas. And guess what? They used tear gas, and these people got tear gassed in the streets. Wasn't being violent. They were protesting. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, we're all together, united, out there protesting, and they still got tear gas. What does that say? I mean, what does that really say about the world right now, about what's going on? And again, I equate all this back to the color of my skin. George Floyd was murdered, and murdered in a casual way. He was tortured by police officers because of the color of his skin. Let's not sugarcoat this shit anymore. It was the color of his skin. He was murdered and tortured because he was a black man who was accused of passing along a counterfeit $20 bill, which I guess we found out now was not even counterfeit. The sins of his past are irrelevant to what happened to him, because no man deserved that. Nobody deserved that. Even if he shot someone dead on the street right there, the police's job is to apprehend him, put him into custody, and let the legal system and a jury of his peers convict him. And then he is punished accordingly. So people can save me with that nonsense that they try to dig up that his past wasn't perfect. Hell, my past ain't perfect. I'm sure there's some skeletons in the closet people could probably dig up on me. Nobody's perfect is the whole point. So it's frustrating to live in this world right now, which, oh, by the way, we still have a global pandemic going on. Let's be real about this. COVID is still a thing. COVID is loving this right now, and we will see the ramifications of this a few weeks down the road. And I understand that, you know, people have to be out there protesting. Like I said, I went out last week with my kids and did it for a little bit, but, you know, due to their safety, I don't want to expose them to that too much, just in case something crazy pops off. So yes, we're out protesting. Yes, we are aware that COVID-19, David Jaffe, is an issue, but it is what it is. We have to do this right now. We have to. As human beings, we have to. You know, when you got the president of the frickin' United States doing a PR stunt with a Bible and tear gases innocent, peaceful protesters so he can improve his standing with his base, with the Christian base. It's freaking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, think about that. Take politics out of it. Think of that alone. And that's the other thing that just drives me crazy right now is this has become political. It's not. This is a human rights issue. It is about human rights. It is about treating people fairly, treating all of us equally. I don't care about skin color because look, at the end of the day, we're all the same. We've all said this for a million times. I get it. I get it. We all say it, but then we don't do anything about it. That is the one thing about what's happening right now across the world that does give me hope. I feel like we're all tired of this shit. We're tired. All of us. Black, white, doesn't matter. We're all tired of the bullshit that's going on in the world, the cruelty that's going on in the world. And we have to change. We have to change. We have seen the people that are stepping up, that are actually trying to not let this just be a 2-week thing or a month thing where we all, yep, Black Lives Matter and everything's great. No. We have to keep this energy for way past the right now, way past 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, a decade from now. We have to keep this going. We have to invoke change. And again, I am not Killer Mike because my God, go listen to Killer Mike, everything that he's been saying the past couple of weeks, because that brother has my ultimate respect because he breaks it down so well. But it all starts with voting. It starts with the protests right now to bring attention to everything that's going on, right? The next step after this is we got to go vote. That's our power in this country anyways, in the United States. Go vote. Go register. Go vote. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat, whatever. It's not about politics. If you see shit that's going wrong, you see the people that's currently in power aren't doing anything about it, get their ass out. Period. And you do that by voting. All of us together, united, not black people against white people or Asians or Mexicans. It ain't about that. It's about being together. We do this together. We vote. We get the right people in office to actually have the leadership to start making change, to write the policies and laws that can make this change happen. We need police reform. We need severe punishment for racial and hate crimes. That's what needs to start happening. So not only do the police need to stop whooping our ass and stop killing us, once they actually apprehend us, we need to go through a fair legal system. We need to be judged by our peers correctly and fairly. The punishment needs to be the correct punishment. Again, I take skin color out of this. As much as I want to say that, it all comes back to that. Again, you're looking at a black man on the screen right now that's talking to you, that is hurting. I hurt for my kids because it's not about me. It's about my kids. I don't want them to go through this bullshit anymore. I don't. They don't deserve it. They deserve to be looked at and judged by their character, not because they're a couple shades darker than someone else. It's really that simple. It is that simple. Stop this bullshit. Stop it. Stop. Again, I don't want to be too, I don't want to talk about this too much because obviously it's very painful for a lot of people. It is for me. I don't want to talk about it too much. I kind of want to move into something else that I think is important because obviously video games, that's, what brings all of us here and, why people interact with me on social media and everything. So I want to talk about something else. And I want to take that same energy and apply it into the video game world because I think this is just as important, just from a creative side, from our hobby, from our passion, from the distraction that we use to get away from all this nonsense. This week the spotlight has been put on me and people like Khalif and Tanya and, I Am Brand TV, and Andy, just a lot of the more well-known black creators and people that are in this gaming industry. I truly appreciate the people that have reached out. I really appreciate the conversations that have happened privately and in public to say, what can we do to help? There's a few people that have reached out to me privately that would absolutely shock you to think that they thought enough to want to talk to me privately and trying to understand what's going on and what they could do to help. And I will be forever grateful to them. There are also some people that reached out to me privately that are absolutely tone deaf to what's going on. One thing that I've said, and I'm being very blunt here. One thing that I've talked about this week and we've joked around is we can't let this be Negro Week. And when I say Negro Week, that means everybody wants to support Black Lives Matter in the gaming industry right now and have every black person they know on their show, their podcast, or stream, or whatever. And then next week they go right back to regularly scheduled programming. No. So what I said to one person who I truly adore in this industry, I love this dude to death. He was like, what can I do to help? And I said, what you can do to help is wait. Don't do Negro Week. Wait. Start having black creators on your show in a couple weeks. And then you know what? Make it a regular thing. And let your audience decide if these are people that you like and enjoy. And don't get me wrong, like I was on Kinda Funny this week. You know, I was supposed to be on IGN this week. I'm gonna be on Rooster Teeth next week or this week, however you want to call it. So yes, I'm making appearances and doing all that, but I do think it's the right thing to do. And I think those people that are doing it, absolutely, thank you for doing that. But like I've said, just keep that same energy going beyond this. You know, that's all I'm saying when it comes to that. But going back to the point of, I'm thinking there's a lot of people that I've had private conversations with that are tone deaf to this. Is they're very quick to talk about how, well, look at I've helped this black person with this, and I've helped that black person with this, and they immediately had the Twitter Rolodex ready to go with screenshots to show me all these black creators that they're supporting. And I was like, that is great. I love that. I'm not taking away that energy at all. But the problem is this, and it's real. Black creators, whether it's right or wrong, I want to be clear on saying this, whether it's right or wrong, the word around the campfire is, when we all talk privately, is we have to work 2 to 3 times harder than our counterparts to get the same opportunities. Stop that. Stop that. If you are supporting black creators privately because you don't want any credit for it, guess what? Now's the time that you need to scream to the rooftops and start taking credit for it. That's what I'm saying. Show that you are giving black creators opportunities. Show that there is an equality there. Because right now we ain't freaking seeing it, man. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. We are not seeing it. You know, it ain't about me. Again, I'm good. I have my career. I could walk away from this game and stuff tomorrow. I'm good. My family is taken care of. I do this because I love to do it. So it ain't about me getting opportunities. It's about my fellow brothers and sisters getting opportunities, because we talk and we see who gets opportunities and who does not. You know, just because you're supporting a black creator that has huge numbers and a big audience and a big reach, that's great, because again, this business, of course you are. What about the mid to small creator who is just looking for an opportunity, who just needs someone to take a chance on them, who just needs someone to take a freaking risk? Take a risk. We don't see it. We don't see it enough is the problem. And what I'm saying is, to all the people that I've had a private conversation with this week, and I even tweeted it out right before I went live in here, you know, you're not doing enough. You might think you are, but you are not. And if you are doing this privately without credit, start taking credit for it. Let us know that you care. That is what I'm trying to say right now. And I know I'm being extremely blunt right now, and I'm obviously, my emotions are at freaking 10. But this stuff needs to be said. It absolutely needs to be said. And people need to understand where we're coming from on this. You know, I'm tired of sugarcoating stuff. I'm just tired, period. I'm tired. I'm tired of, we always got to play nice and just, take our medicine. We constantly have to do that, if that makes sense, right? Where don't be too outspoken. Don't be too outspoken, because they might cut you off and you don't get anything. Cut me off then. Because again, I'm going to be fine. You know, I know who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I know my voice. I know what I'm saying. I am respectful when I say it, but at the same time, it needs to be said. Just like these people that I've talked to privately, that I told them straight up, look, you think you're doing a great job. That's debatable. It's debatable. And then you can get outraged and mad. You know, these conversations were civil. I don't want to make it seem like we're having arguments, but I was letting them know from my point of view, it's debatable that you're doing enough. And here's why, X, Y, and Z. And don't listen to me. Go talk to other people. Go talk to other people. Hear their story. I'm just telling you what I hear. And it is not my place to tell their story for them. You go talk to them and you let them know that you've done a great job and hear what their response is going to be. That's all I'm saying. So I know I had a super chat in here, and let me find it because I just been rambling. So let me see. Latif Charleston, thank you for the $5 super chat. And you're saying to me, speaking the truth and the truth can hurt. Thanks for using your platform to speak on it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just trying to tell the truth. I'm just telling you the truth from my point of view, whether it's right or wrong, whatever it is. This is just my truth. And that's all I can do. I can just tell you my truth and from my point of view, what I see and what I observe. So gaming industry, you know, I love the energy that has been happening this week, but we got to do more. And we have to make this a regular thing. It has to stay consistent. We don't need Negro Week. I'm going to keep saying that because it's the truth. I don't need you loving me this week, and then 2 months from now, we're right back to the same BS. Period. So I know I've been talking a lot, and I know that was kind of just a rant of rants, but I had to get that out. I absolutely just had to get that out. Gaming, like we're not doing Gamertag Radio today. Obviously, I'm here on this stream, and part of that was I have not played a video game this week. I have no desire to play a video game right now. Am I excited about certain things that are coming up? Of course, but this just wasn't the week for it. There absolutely was way more important things going on. You know, hey, I get why certain companies delayed, like PlayStation delayed their thing, Cyberpunk delayed their thing, EA delayed their thing on down the road. It was needed. Could we have been ready? Because I know Destiny's still doing their thing on the 9th. I'm going to stream it here. I do think next week we can kind of get back to somewhat normal with these announcements. But at the time when they delayed that stuff, we had looting, just crazy stuff going on. It wasn't the time to say, hey, come watch my video game reveal. We'll be fine waiting a few weeks for that. So I commend PlayStation, CD Projekt Red, EA, the rest of the others that made the decision to delay their announcements. We'll be fine getting them later. God, what was the other thing I was gonna say with that? Just I'm just reading the chat right now, and I'm not moderating anything. So if anyone's been saying nonsense on here, I apologize because I don't have a mod in here. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, Tanya. Yeah, this is my channel, so obviously this is me just speaking the truth. And anyone that's joined the stream late, at the top, I basically just addressed the title of this, reflecting on the color of my skin and what that means for me. You know, being a black man in America, and then just kind of talked about everything that's been happening this week. I don't know. Like I said, I'm doing this without a script. I'm just talking my truth about everything that's going on and just how frustrating it's been. There's definitely things that have brought a smile to my face this week. Seeing that Cyberpunk Xbox One X come out, that got me super excited. I'll be getting it next week. I'll have more to talk about how I got it and why when I do get it. But those people, I want to thank them for that opportunity. There's some exciting stuff. I'm trying to get back to gaming and not stay on the main topic too much here, but there's definitely some things to be excited about. over the next few weeks. Obviously, you guys know, when that Night City Wire happens, I'm going to stream it here on the channel. I hope you can join me, but I'm going to be super excited for that on the 25th. I'm excited to see what PlayStation is going to show in their reveal. The Last of Us 2, day one, I'll be picking that up. I'm very curious to see what EA is going to have in their reveal. Knock on wood, hope we get that Mass Effect remake coming out. But yeah, just it's been a crazy week, man. It has been a crazy week. Not just outside of gaming, obviously just the world and just seeing everything that's going on. And I'm going to try to not preach on that too much, but it is a part of reality. It is a part of what we got to deal with right now. And hopefully, the world can just start healing and we can get back to some kind of normalcy. Like I spent yesterday with my family and some friends, and we went to the beach. Because the beaches out here in Southern California are open. So, hey, social distancing, we weren't frolicking with a bunch of people we didn't know. But, we set up our place on the beach and we all just hung out. And I literally sat on the beach. It was an overcast day. It was beautiful Southern California day. I literally sat in my chair, put on my glasses, and I went to sleep. I went to sleep for 2 hours on the beach. And it was great. It was great. Left my phone in the car, just stayed off social media, the whole thing. And I just spent the day at the beach with my family and friends. And it was great. I mean, yes, you see people with masks and the signs are up about COVID and it's not 100% back to normal, but at least it was normal enough that I was able to get outside. It was the first time I had went down to San Diego since March because I had just stayed in my area due to COVID. And it was good. It was good to just get out with the family and just pretend that all this nonsense wasn't happening for a little bit. But that's what we got to do. It's what we got to do. And I fully support everyone that's been protesting, obviously. And obviously I condone the looting and the other stuff. I condone the police violence that's been happening, the peaceful protesting. But hopefully that stuff can the protesting is not going to die down, but hopefully they'll just let people protest in peace and we can get this message out and we can start working on change. I mean, that's all we can really do. Again, I don't want to just keep preaching. So, I know people may have been asking questions before in the chat, but if you got questions or anything, just shoot them in the chat and let's try to talk about maybe some gaming stuff or some other pop culture stuff that potentially could be happening. Oh, and Nick is saying, hey, Paris, what do you think about the Funhouse group? I think ask me in a couple days when I'm going to be on Funhouse and I'll get to interact with them. I've had some private conversations with them so far, and I saw the video that they put out and I thought it was well done. I thought it was 10 minutes and they were like, look, we're not going to talk about things that we're not educated on, but we want to get this message out. And it was good. But they seem like great people to me. And yeah, I'm going to be joining them this week, next week, however you say it, or Sunday. But I'll think Tuesday live stream. I'm going to be on with them. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's talk about Destiny 2. So Jessica's saying Destiny 2 reveal, feeling it. Yeah, I am feeling it. And I've been pretty open and honest that I love Destiny. Let's be crystal clear on that. I love Destiny, always have, always will. But I have not played the game in months. And that's just because I've not liked the direction that these seasons have taken with Shadowkeep for various reasons. And they're aware of it. They're obviously changing things. We obviously saw I didn't see the live event live yesterday, but I saw a recap of it. And I saw I got a lot of people in the tower concurrent on Destiny to be able to watch it. That was really cool. I got to see people like Lars Bakken talking about it on Twitter, that they were nervous about being able to pull it off. They did some technical wizardry, if I could say that right, to pull it off, and I commend them. This reveal that's going to happen on the 9th is going to be big for them because it's, like this says, the next chapter of Destiny 2, and it's going to really shape where this game is going. They've heard the feedback. They know. So I'm confident Bungie is going to respond accordingly, and I want to be excited about. I want to be in that reveal and going, well, I got to jump back in and start playing. I got to knock the rust off because I got to be ready for when the next chapter of Destiny starts. That's what I want to see happen. Delilah's asking me, How do you feel about the Game Gear Micro? I feel like it's just a little gimmick. It's not for me. It's nothing that I'm truly interested in. So honestly, I don't know why Sega's putting it out, but hey, we'll see what the reception on it is. And what else do we have? Any other questions here? Oh, Nick saying, yeah, they reached out, and yeah, I'm gonna be on, so I'm pretty excited about it because yeah, I love the Funhouse content. Okay, how many hours did it take you to finally succumb to purchasing that beautiful Cyberpunk 2077 Xbox One? So I woke up at 5 a.m. and I started to see that it was on sale. Had it in the cart. No. Yes. No. I kept going back and forth. And then, everyone on Twitter was pushing me. I'm getting DMs from people, dude, get it. So I would say it was probably around about 3 hours. I finally succumbed to peer pressure and I got it. So about good 3 hours. It was around 8 a.m. I finally decided to get it. But I have more to say on that in a few days about that Cyberpunk Xbox One X. And like I said, I'll be unboxing it and I'll explain it then. So stay tuned on that. And so Destiny 2 seasonal model versus mainline DLCs drivers, aka Rise. Okay. It needs to be a combination of both, I think. And I just wonder if Bungie has the manpower to actually pull that off. Because clearly this seasonal model isn't working because they can't sustain the momentum that's needed. And obviously they're sunsetting weapons. They're changing things. So I don't want to speak on it too much because I actually want to see what they say on the 9th. And that'll kind of determine a lot about how I feel with what they're going to do moving forward going into next year with how they're going to handle additional DLC, seasonal models, the battle pass, and everything that works with that. And Maine is saying, Paris, I sent you the link on Twitter that Best Buy had it in stock, but I didn't expect to sell it that quick. Maine, you and about 100 of your friends sent me that link. I did get it. I wound up getting one. So, like I said, I'll talk about that more in a couple of days. And that's the thing, Jerry. He's like, I love how you decided to get that Xbox. Because at first I'm like, you don't need it. You already have 2 Xbox One X's. Why are you getting this? But you know what? I'm getting it more as a collector than I am as, oh my God, I need the Cyberpunk, Xbox to play Xbox games. Because the truth of it is this: majority of Xbox games I'm going to play is going to be on the PC anyways. I'll most likely get a Series X, but the Xbox One X, it'll only be relevant for another year or so. I want it because it's a collectible. It's something that you can't see on this camera. That's probably going to sit on this my Cyberpunk shrine that's building over here. That's probably where it's going to be. And it's probably not even going to get used as an actual gaming console other than maybe a month or two. So let's see what else it was saying. What do we got here? Yeah, that Cyberpunk 20 Xbox is my next big purchase. Yep. Okay, here's one from Grant the Lamb. Should I buy Switch or save up for the PlayStation 5? Whew. Game preference. Are there enough Switch games that are you gonna play Nintendo games more than you're gonna play potentially third party and PlayStation exclusive games? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Price wise, PlayStation 5 is obviously gonna cost more than Switch. An Eagles fan is saying hello Eagles fan. I cannot wait to be in a greater popular space and see what a lot of folks game around. Oh, sorry, I'm actually literally reading the chat. Let's see. How do you like Minecraft Dungeons? It's not a question to ask me. Got to ask my kids. My kids play it. They seem to enjoy it. I looked at it and I was like, this isn't necessarily something for me. And then when everything that's been happening in the past couple of weeks, I've just not played a video game, period. So I will play it at some point, but my kids seem to enjoy it. And John is asking me, shout out to Mega Dads, do you think it'll be tough to get into a game as violent and unsettling as The Last of Us 2 considering the current state of the world? No, not for me anyways, but I understand exactly what you're saying. We're seeing so much violence in the real world right now, so how are you escaping to a place in gaming that's doing it as bad, if not worse? It's a game. It's The Last of Us 2. I call it brutal. Brutal. The brutal brutality. I'm not even saying this right. I'm sorry. The brutal beauty. I'm not saying it right. I'm saying brutal beauty is basically what I'm saying. Blah. I'm saying it wrong. I had a cool way to say it, and I'm effing it up. But that world that they've created and that story, I want to see more of it. So I can use that as an escape, despite how brutal and violent the real world is. And I totally screwed that up. I apologize. And Dimitri is saying, "Hey Paris, do you think you have a home theater set up with do you have a home theater system set up with speakers? If so, what is it?" God, I've the one that I've had in this house. I've been in this house now 14 years, almost 15 years. It literally my speaker system is built into the ceiling. So I have a 5.1 system that's just built into the ceiling. I have a Sony AV receiver that I've had forever, and that's what my main system is. The irony is I play more in here than I do out there. I watch movies with headphones on more than anything, but I have a pretty booming system out there. God, what is my subwoofer? I forget the model of it, but I've had all this stuff for well over a decade. If anything, it's probably time to upgrade, because like I can't do Dolby Atmos on it and stuff like that. Just does DTS EX. It does Dolby Digital HD, stuff like that. And what else do we have here? What are some of my favorite game series? Oh, well, okay, Mario series. I will tell you right now, Super Mario Brothers 3 is the greatest video game ever made. So yeah, love the Mario series. BioShock is something that I've become quite fond of, that series. Mass Effect series. The Witcher, duh, of course. Destiny, Halo, the Uncharted series. I mean, I could go on, but yeah, there's a lot that I truly love over the years. One that I want to see come back, by the way, is the Banjo-Kazooie series. Please, Microsoft, because today would have been the day. We'd all be at E3 today, and would have been the Xbox media briefing, and that would have been one of my hopes, is that we would have seen Banjo return, which I still have fingers crossed. And yeah, I have a Sony receiver. Yeah, my receiver I can't plug directly in to do 4K. So what I do is I have a Sony the XBR 900F or whatever is my 65-inch. That's my main TV. So I'm doing HDMI ARC from there back to the receiver for the audio, because like you said, it won't do 4K pass through. And FCO El Patron, greetings from Germany. As a gypsy, I know how race. Yeah, and again, racism isn't just black people. Let's just be real here. I'm talking about me because I'm black, but racism affects a lot of different people in this world, and we just got to knock it off. Absolutely, we got to figure out a way to change all this stuff. And movie Metroid. Oh man, yeah, that's another franchise I love, is Metroid. I mean, Donkey Kong. I mean, these are other things I would love to see come back. Yeah, Graham the Lamb. I feel pretty confident Ratchet and Clank is going to be a launch game. I feel like that's something Insomniac could have ready to go at launch for PlayStation 5. Horizon Zero Dawn 2, which if it is day one, I'm getting a PlayStation 5. Maybe not. I'm going to say 50-50 on that. I see it happening at least by holiday 2021. It could be anywhere in that window. It could be anywhere in the window from it's at launch to it might be a spring release, or they just hold it all the way to holiday 2021. I guess that really depends on what else Sony's going to have ready to go in the next year or two, from the exclusive lineup. What's going on, Mega Dads? How you doing? I'm assuming this is Adam speaking. And Adam, thank you so much. He's helped me so much with a lot of different logos and things that I've been doing on this channel. I definitely want to have a nice live reveal event for Night City Wire. He's helped me with all that stuff too. So Adam, if Mega Dads, if you're listening, if you're watching this live or on replay, definitely go check out Mega Dads. They're awesome, and please support everything that they do. And Eagles fan is saying, does Xbox cross-gen and Sony next-gen only stance really matter when games like Horizon Zero Dawn 2 won't launch till late 2021? And then that's kind of been my point. I don't think what Xbox is doing in the short term hurts anything, because I think the majority of games aren't going to truly take advantage of the hardware, the PlayStation 5 or the Series X in the first year anyways. Now, look, Sony could make me look like an idiot in a week or two when they finally do reveal this stuff. I don't know. But I think most games that are this far into development aren't truly taking advantage of that SSD in ways that it's impossible that it could be done on the old hardware. But maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. So we'll see when we get there this holiday. I love that both John and Adam from Megadads are here. Get off the official channel. That's great. But, wow, how long have I been talking here? I've been talking for about 40 minutes. So, again, send your questions. And, again, I'm going to shamelessly shill right now. If you send a super chat, all that goes to, as I'm trying to upgrade equipment on here. Like, I already got this new microphone that I'm talking into now. I want to get a DSLR camera and shotgun mic, so when I'm doing YouTube videos and unboxings, my microphone doesn't sound like complete garbage and the video's better because I shoot it literally on my iPhone right now, so I got to do a better job of that. But yeah, these kind of things I want to do as I grow this channel out, because when June 25th gets here, it's Night City Wire. To me, that kicks off my Cyberpunk 2077 coverage on this channel, because that's what I want this channel to be, because that's what I personally want to do. Of course, I'll talk about other things and have other things on the channel. Of course, pop culture definitely be a big thing I want to do in here as well. But the main theme of this channel, I want it to be Cyberpunk 2077, at least for a while, as we play the game, explore it, find out new things. I want to be able to just really try and do some things that will push my creativity forward. And I want to use that game as a catalyst to do it. So, again, Adam, thank you for everything you've done to help me so far on the channel. And what are we looking at here in the chat? Jared Davis, I have 200 Xbox One games. I think it respects my investment. Super happy with Microsoft. And yeah, Jared, here's the thing. You're 100% spot on. And I think it comes down to an individual. What do you value? You obviously value everything, the Xbox One and the games that are on there. There's people going to value PlayStation games, Nintendo, etc. That's the way I look at it. I personally see great things in both Xbox and PlayStation. I don't think you can go wrong, personally. But that's just me. Whatever you just shoot. Honestly, if you can afford it, get them both. That's the way I look at it. But I get them having different philosophies moving forward into the next gen is great, because it's going to push the other, and we're the ones that are going to benefit from it. So let's just see how this stuff plays out. I'm honestly very excited for next gen and to see the way it's going to go. Oh, and Graham Lamb, thank you for that super chat. And you are saying to me, first time viewer from Kind of Funny. Shout out, blessing. Yes. And I've said this before. Again, thank you, Greg Miller, for reaching out and having me on Kind of Funny last week and allowing me to be on your platform. And I got to host Kind of Funny daily with Blessing, and I absolutely love Blessing. I really do. Blessing Jr. And I've said it on Twitter. I've said it privately. I've said it publicly. That dude is the future. He's the future of everything that we've been talking about, because he is a black man who has been put onto a huge platform, and I love his, just the enthusiasm and joy that he has for gaming. He is not afraid to speak his opinion, and he's a leader. He is the future leader. He is someone that I want this next generation to look up to and follow his lead, because that's exactly what I talk about when I say support black creators. It's people like him. Greg got him on that platform, and he has thrived and he has blossomed. It ain't even about him being black. It's just, he's such a great dude. But that's the point. There's more of us out there. There's so many talented people that I see out there that just need an opportunity like that. And that's what I'm saying when I say support black creators. Use your platforms, use your voices to elevate them, to expose them to more people, and then let the audience judge them accordingly. Blessing has already been judged by the Kind of Funny audience, and they adore him and love him, and that's all that should matter. So, yeah, again, thank you, Graham, for the super chat and allowing me to address my appearance on Kind of Funny this week and just talk about Blessing. Because, again, it ain't about me, man. It's not about me. It's about people like him that I want to see succeed, because that just brings so much joy to my heart to see people like him thrive in this industry, and it's going to be great. And Last No Meal, shout out Last No Meal, all my Cyberpunk 2077 family creators. He is saying to me, quick question. You just built a new PC, right? I remember the parts you use, but what is your opinion on the setup you were using after some time? Are you happy? Oh, dude, I love it. And again, if you go back in this channel, I lay out every part that's in this PC right now. I won't regurgitate it here, but very happy with it. Very, very happy. I have a 2080 Ti GPU right now. I assume when NVIDIA announces these 3080s, and I think the design of the 3080 actually leaked last night. I saw something, but when that 3080 Ti comes out, 100% is going in this machine, and that'll basically be the last piece to the puzzle for this. But I'm very happy with it. It's a freaking monster. And now that I've been editing more, be it 4K, whatever, this thing just screams. I love it. So yeah, absolutely loving this. And what else do we have? Chaz Bones is saying, do you think there's any way possible Cyberpunk won't live up to the hype? Yes, I think it is possible, but that's with anything. But I choose to not dwell on that negative until I actually play it so I can judge it for myself. Everything that I've seen so far with Cyberpunk and everything that I've heard from those developers tells me this game is going to be epic. I mean, you're literally looking at Night City on the screen right now. They've built up so much trust and equity with me because my first experience with CDPR goes back to The Witcher 2, and shout out to my good friend Robbie Joe, because he's the one's like, dude, you got to play this game. And I finally played it. Holy shit, it's amazing. And then obviously on into The Witcher 3, which is the greatest game of this generation for me, in my opinion. I still play it 5 years later. I'm probably going to play it after this, right? And to think that that's the game they use as a test for what they were also building simultaneously with Cyberpunk. Just now they have lessons learned. They know what to do and what not to do. They had never made an open world game before The Witcher 3. So now this is them with Cyberpunk 2077 and Night City saying, okay, here's what we did right. Here's what we did wrong. What can we do better? Cyberpunk 2077. So yes, that's why I'm a freaking super fan for that game. That's why I'm so excited for it. That's why I do think it's going to be amazing, but nothing is absolute. So of course, there's going to be things about that game that will disappoint me, because there's things about The Witcher 3 that disappoint me. That's with every game. There will be technical bugs at launch. It will happen. But you have to go in understanding that. You have to go in looking at the bigger picture of what you want from the game. And I absolutely think they'll deliver on it. But of course, there's a chance it could be disappointing. So we'll see in September. What else do we have? Paris is going to be the next big... No, I'm not. I won't be because this is not my day job. This is not my full-time thing. I can't commit enough time to this to truly grow this into some super big thing. I put into it what I can, obviously. And, I try to constantly get better. I try to, there's definitely people out here in this industry that I admire, and I try to emulate things from them. But I just speak my truth. I just do the things that I enjoy to do. I owe a lot of where I am right now to Danny, to Godfrey. I'm not here without Godfrey. I always try to make that crystal clear. What happened 2 years ago, what happened a year ago with Cyberpunk does not happen without Danny. None of this happened. The brotherhood that Danny, myself, and Pete have will always be special to me, and it will always be the foundation on anything that I do. Those are my brothers, and the fact that I'm even here streaming live on this channel on YouTube, and I'm not doing it on Twitch, and this is not Gamertag Radio. These are things that were encouraged by them for me to do, because they want me to have a voice and to be able to speak on these different things. And they see the love and just the excitement and joy I have for something specifically about Cyberpunk, and they want me to thrive doing that. So, we're always going to do Gamertag Radio. We're always going to be a part of that. But as far as me breaking off and becoming this big thing, doubtful. I mean, it is what it is. When opportunities come along, of course, I'm going to take advantage of them and do them and speak my truth and all that. But at the end of the day, it's about me, Danny, and Pete, and it always will be. And Mandy, I love you too, because even though she's not a part of Gamertag Radio right now, she's my sister, and she's the debates and the arguments that we have had over the years, friendly debates and arguments, I cherish and I adore so much. And someone says, I love you, says, I've been watching I've been watching Paris for a while now. I can't read. God, who am I, Floyd Mayweather? For a while now, it's nice seeing him using his voice on the platform of positive change. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Eagles fan 76, thank you for the $5 super chat. And he says, thanks for answering my question earlier, showing some support to you. Love, see you on RDX and other shows. So is Colt helping out in the content. Yeah. I was on RDX this week. Shout out to Dealer and Colt and all those guys over there. And I really love their content. And that's what I'm talking about. And I said this at the end of his show. They're definitely pro Xbox. It's pro Xbox content, right? It's primarily Xbox focused, but they're fair. They will speak on whatever they need to speak on. If they love what Xbox is doing, they're going to say it. If they don't like what Xbox is doing, they're going to say it. If they see PlayStation doing something great, they're going to say it. And that's how it should be. You can love something and be biased to something, but be upfront that you're biased toward. Be like, look, I effing love Xbox, but just because I love it and you know I'm going to obviously highlight pro Xbox things doesn't mean you can't also say the negative things that Xbox does. You can't say the negative things that PlayStation does or the positive thing, vice versa. So don't be afraid to be a cheerleader for something if that's what you love. I freaking love Cyberpunk. I got the pom-poms out and I'm just waving them around and I don't care because that's what I love. But guess what? If Cyberpunk does something I don't like, I'm going to say that too. And I would hope that when people see my content, they know that I may have a bias towards something, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give you my honest opinion on it too. And that's how it should be. So yeah, shout out to RDX and Dealer and Cold Eastwood and all those guys. Check out their channels. They're fantastic. And what else do we have here? Bleeding Edge. Yeah, Bleeding. Honestly, I've not even played Bleeding Edge, so I can't comment on it. Kind of funny are all Sony ponies. Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, and that's funny too. I mean, yeah, dude, Greg obviously started off PlayStation, I love you, IGN, the whole thing. He built up his popularity through PlayStation, but I've seen Greg also out there playing Halo for the first time and doing, other things. So it's like, the fanboy stuff, while it's great to root for your favorite platform or game or whatever, when it turns toxic, especially on social media, it's just the most juvenile thing ever. And I know there's a video that I put out on Twitter that's been circulating again this week where I basically took a particular toxic, I guess he's played, I don't even know what the fanboy is, but there was one fanboy or something who was basically just constantly trolling and just very toxic. And I just made a video, and yeah, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I freaking ethered his ass because he needed it. It was ridiculous. So it's like, stop this. Love what you want to love, but don't try and make someone else feel bad for what they love. Basically is what I'm saying, right? Just because I love Cyberpunk, I'm not going to then jump on the Mass Effect forums and start shitting on everybody because they love Mass Effect. It's the dumbest thing ever, right? Or vice versa, coming over to me and trying to shit on Cyberpunk because you don't like it. Who cares? Go like what you like. Let me like what I like. Like I said, the best advice my mother ever gave me at a young age is worry about yourself. Stop worrying about what other people do. Once you can do that, once you can get to that place in your life, you're going to be fine. You'll be fine. Because I honestly could care less what anyone else does. I care about what I do. Now, I care obviously in a human thing. I want to see us all do great. But I'm saying as far as gaming, I don't care what game you play. I don't care what game you like. I care what games I like. I care what I like to play. And that's how it should be. I may get on here and give my opinion about what I like and don't like, but that's up for you to decide what you want to take out of it. But at the end of the day, I am not going to go chasing you down on Twitter to let you know that I don't like that you like PlayStation. It's the dumbest thing ever. The absolute dumbest thing ever to do. Why people do that? It shows their maturity level is what it really is, because these are adults doing it for the most part, which just baffles me to no end. And it's like, dude, we just got to get away from that. So what is G Shorter saying to me? So another anime recommendation for you when you can check it out is Carol and Tuesday on Netflix. Watanabe directed as well. My daughter watches that, actually. She loves it. So yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I will. Yeah, RDX guys teach and help a lot of guys and make content. Yeah, exactly. They're really good guys. I enjoy those guys over there. And And what is Nick saying? Console elites actually put me off communities, but I understand it's a vocal minority. Yeah, and it is a vocal minority. Most people just worrying about playing games and having fun. They are not jumping on social media and Reddit and these other places and doing this toxic nonsense. It's just the dumbest thing ever. It really is. So what else do we have? Any more questions? Because now I'm rolling up on an hour being on here. Again, I really appreciate everyone hanging out with me. And, like I said, probably that first 20, 25 minutes or so, I know I was ranting a little bit, but I felt it was needed. Again, it's just my truth. And I just had to talk about it. Just something I had to talk about. And like I said, hopefully we can start getting into the healing process of the world. Start making change. I absolutely love seeing so many people out this weekend protesting and making their voices heard. It's needed. Tear gassing and all the other bad things that happen aside, it was needed. And Nick is saying to me, played Outer Wilds. I need to still play Outer Wilds. I have not played it yet. I need to. And so many people have told me I need to play that game. And I know I do. Like, I really had this plan this entire summer to really just jump on my back catalog and catch up on so many things. And then COVID happened. And then obviously George Floyd happened. And just my passion has not been there right now. And I literally retreated to The Witcher 3 because I found joy in that. But I need to go start playing some other stuff. And obviously Last of Us 2 will be coming out here in a couple weeks. I'll be playing that, and then we'll just go through the summer, and then get to September. I'll be playing Cyberpunk and Halo and then Destiny and the new Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed and Series X and PlayStation 5 and Ratchet and Clank and on and on and on. Hopefully by the time we get to the holiday, it'll be exciting again, and we can just start loving gaming again. And Sharif saying this to me. Do you have other white parents in your neighborhood engage in these combos with you and your family? Yes. We've had a lot of conversations about this. Again, black, white, Mexican, Filipino, we're all talking about this, and we're all talking about what can we do as parents to educate our kids and going on. And that's kind of just in my area. That's been the one thing that I've loved to see. Honestly, I've seen more white kids out protesting than people of color. And I know white people outnumber us in where I live, but that's kind of the point, that we should all be engaged in this together, talking about this stuff. And have I played The Outer Worlds? Absolutely, I have. It was one of my games of the year last year. I have not played the Switch version, full disclosure. I do have a Switch code, but I have, again, no desire to play any games right now, so I've not played it. But I've heard various issues. I guess the loading on the Switch has been atrocious. And from frame rate, I can't even talk. Wow. Some frame rate issues as well. But I've not experienced them directly myself. I know there's a Digital Foundry video out about it, so people can go check that out. But The Outer Worlds is a fantastic RPG. It's not too long. It's not too short. I think it's maybe it is a little too short. Maybe I'm not being correct on that. I know, because I'm used to playing such long RPGs, but I feel like it's something that you can sit down and knock out in a couple playthroughs and get that story out, and it's a wonderful experience. That's kind of the best way to say it. Danny, what's going on? Yeah, I know, Danny, right now, honestly, and that's the crazy thing. I'm telling you right now, this very moment, 7:30 a.m. on the Pacific time zone. Myself, Danny, and a bunch of other people, we would be hanging out. We'd probably be eating breakfast right now, and we'd be debating what Xbox was going to show. We'd be getting ready to go over to the Microsoft Theater, go get in line for the Xbox media briefing. And that's what I'm going to miss from E3, is the people, is the friends, is just hanging out with all my friends and just seeing industry people and all that kind of stuff. So that's what sucks. And that kind of really hit me like a ton of bricks this morning, that we're not going to be able to do that. And Mariano, thank you for the super chat. You're saying, morning Paris, favorite moment or maybe most memorable moment in The Witcher 3. The Last Wish is probably my favorite moment, because I absolutely adore Yennefer. I absolutely adore that story. of what brought Geralt and Yennefer together, what binded them together, and then screw it, I'm going to spoil it at this point. Basically, it was Geralt making that wish to the Jinn that binded, no matter how much they could try to be apart, they were basically destined to be together because of the wish that Geralt made. And then the last wish quest that you can have in The Witcher 3 is them breaking that curse, or breaking the wish that Geralt originally made. And then them, depending on your choices, realizing that they wanted to be together because they loved each other, not because of magic, right? I love how that plays out. It's fantastic. So that's probably my favorite moment in The Witcher 3. I would say, again, just the Baron story as well. That is, shout out to Paul Sasko. It was such an honor last year when I got to talk to him directly. He's the guy that was responsible for that quest line, and I got to actually talk to him about it and just their thoughts and just everything. When they made that, it's so freaking heartbreaking. And that was the thing that early on in The Witcher 3, where I go, oh my God, this game's different. This game's not afraid to talk about certain things and have you explore them, and depending on, again, on your choices with the Baron quest, it is just absolutely heartbreaking. So those two for sure would be mine. And this is why I'm doing it. Yeah, I mean, and again, I've been pretty tough on E3 as far as it not being relevant and all that, but at the same time, selfishly, I don't want it to go away just for the people. But is it needed anymore? No. And we're even seeing that right now, being forced to not have an E3 with the digital space. These companies are still going to get their message out, which, as we go into 2021, it's going to be very interesting to see who still supports E3 moving forward. Chaz is asking me Witcher 3 or Elder Scrolls Skyrim. I guess you're asking me which one. Witcher 3. No hesitation. And I like Skyrim. Skyrim has some issues with it. Again, it was before The Witcher 3, so I'm sure CD Projekt Red learned some lessons from Skyrim. It'll be interesting to see what Bethesda does with the next Elder Scrolls, because now they're getting lessons from Skyrim. They've seen The Witcher 3. They're going to see Cyberpunk. They're going to see some of these open world games, Assassin's Creed, Odyssey and Origins and all that, so they can build upon that for the next Elder Scrolls. So, yep, I'm excited to see it. Yeah, Sharif. I don't think, unless someone just 100% spoils that Baron quest for you, despite so many people talking it up, if you actually experience it for yourself, I just don't see how you can't come away from that just wild. It was that good. Mariana, I'm team Yennefer. I'm at 100% Yennefer all the way. It's not even a debate. It's Yennefer for me, 100%. CC Felton is saying, which part of Witcher 3 map did you enjoy exploring the most? Skellig for sure. Just the way it's structured with the islands and just the boat travel to get to certain places. You find these little tiny islands with secrets on them and there, that, and just the landscapes are just absolutely breathtaking. And then even you go into Blood and Wine with, and I never say it right, Toussaint. Am I saying that correctly? That's probably my second favorite area. But again, that area was built off of, all right, they've seen what people liked and didn't like in the main game, and then here's their last expansion where they have lessons learned, and then they built that area, right? So this again goes back to what I was saying earlier, why I'm excited for Cyberpunk, because CD Projekt Red has gotten our feedback over the past 5 years as they're building Cyberpunk, so they know what to do and what not to do. So, dude, again, when when June 25th gets here and we get Night City Wire and we get to go into Night City, I'm just telling you, I'm going to be so excited to see what Night City itself is. I mean, I know we're going to have the story with V and all that, and Johnny Silverhand. Great. Night City is why I'm excited for Cyberpunk. What is CD Projekt Red going to do to, like, I'm literally looking at the screen now as we're streaming, and I'm looking at all these buildings. And in my head, I'm like, I'm going to every floor and to every room in all of this. I can't wait. I cannot wait. That's what excites me more than anything. That these areas are going to be explorable, and there's going to be so many Easter eggs and secrets, and it's going to be impossible to do it in one playthrough. It requires multiple playthroughs. It'll be years of playing this game before I finally explore everything. That's what excites me. Yeah, I have The Witcher 3 in every system. Every time I replay it, I try to pick Trish over Yen. Never happened. Yeah. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you what it's like to pick Trish because I never have. So this is me. That's one thing I can't answer. Yeah, Iron Hulk. Allegedly, we're going to be able to explore every building. Now, I don't know if every room and every floor is explorable, but every building that you see in Night City, you can go inside at some point in the game. I'm sure there's going to be different levels and security and gangs and all that you probably can't just day one just jump in and do it. You're going to have to obviously build up, go through the story and stuff. But allegedly, every building that you see, you can go into. And that's what excites me more than anything. And Dimitri saying, I have a feeling you're going to spend a lot of time inside your apartment, and remember, you're going to have a garage where you can store. Again, this is exactly. Oh, and by the way, the Badlands are there too. Let's not forget that too. There's a whole nother area that you're not even in Night City that's explorable too. Dude, there's going to be so much shit in this game. I can't wait. You have no idea. You have no idea how excited I am. You have no idea the things that I have been thinking and dreaming about the past 2 years for this game. It's crazy. Like, I'm stuttering. It's just, I cannot wait. This is the most anticipated game since Mass Effect 2 for me. And if I was super active on social media back then, you would have seen how crazy I was about Mass Effect 2. Again, it's lost in the archives. I'm going to have to find it somehow. The best interview I ever did was Casey Hudson before Mass Effect 2 came out in 2010. And how prepared I was and just how engrossed I was into the lore and the story of Mass Effect 2. The fact that the BioWare forums put it up there as one of the top interview that community had seen for Mass Effect 2 at the time is a badge of honor I will always hold. That is a game I obsessed over, and it lived up to the hype. I have so many playthroughs of that game, it's ridiculous. That's why if they remake it and it comes back out now, I'm gonna play it again. And that's the feeling I have right now with Cyberpunk. It is. And whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. Do I talk about it too much? I don't know. I don't care, because that's how excited I am for that game and what I think Night City's going to be. I just can't wait. Oh, yeah. Arctic is saying it right there. And imagine the underground system, too. Again, we're seeing above ground. There's a whole thing that's going to be under the city as well. And again, oh, dude, I just can't wait. I get so excited just thinking about it. And Eagle is asking me, Night City, why are they will most likely be the PC version? Do you think they could show Series X play? No, I do not. Here's what I think. Conspiracy, if Danny's here, Conspiracy Steve, shout out to you. So Night City Wire, we will see, it will be the PC version cranked up to maximum. They'll probably have ray tracing enabled, everything. They're going to want that game to look as beautiful as it possibly can, right? So that's what you're going to see on Night City Wire. I think at the Xbox media briefing, we will see Cyberpunk running on a Series X, the quote unquote enhanced version for Smart Play. That's what, or Smart Delivery, excuse me. I said Smart Play, Smart Delivery. I think they show that in July. I think we see it. I do. Because that's, again, obviously Microsoft and CD Projekt Red have a marketing deal. I think what better way to help showcase the Series X is to show Cyberpunk running on a Series X, and then you can say, oh wow, it looks almost as good as it did on the PC in Night City Wire. I think that's what you get. And then people are gonna be like, but you can get it right now on your Xbox One, start playing it now, and then when the Series X is out in November or whenever it's ready, upgrade, it upgrades automatically with Smart Delivery. I think that's part of their marketing pitch. And Iron Hulk, hey man, just subscribed from a shout out from Funhouse. Excited to see more of your content. Thank you. And I will be on Funhouse next week. So look for that. I believe it is Tuesday. I forget the exact time. It's when they live stream. But I'm going to be on Funhouse live stream Tuesday. So I'm excited for that. Really looking forward to it. And Mariana, while playing Cyberpunk 2077, can you see yourself playing more than the main story first? The side missions will be the way to go. I see me delving way off the beaten path in the side missions for sure. I really want to explore. I want to explore as much as I can. And again, we'll see how all this stuff works out. I have zero clue if I'd get a review copy early or whatever. So obviously, I want to have content ready to go, as soon as the game is out, so you guys can see the content and talk about it. So my first playthrough might be more, let's get the story out of the way so I can talk about it, and I've seen everything towards the actual end game of it. And then maybe a second play is more exploratory. I don't know. I'm really just thinking about this real time right now, how I want to explore it. But we'll see. We'll see once I actually get my hands on it and I'm actually playing it, so I can go from there. And Talis, am I saying that correctly? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hi, I'm new here. Question: do you plan on getting both, or do you prefer one over there? Okay, please clarify that, because I don't know when you say both. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Is it Xbox and PlayStation? What are you talking about? But yeah, just follow up on that. I appreciate that. I'll answer your question. And let's see. Oh, okay. So Talis, you're saying consoles. Yeah, here's the reality of it. I will, and I'm not promising I'm doing both of these day one they come out, because it really depends on the games that come out. I will own a Series X and a PlayStation 5 in this house, because why wouldn't I? Of course I will. I don't understand. You need to understand, Siri. Be quiet. Wow. Shut up, Siri. That's hilarious. No, I'll own both. I'll definitely have both. Like I say, when it comes to PlayStation 5, it'll just depend on the launch lineup when I get one. If Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is there at launch, I'm getting one. So let's see what games are there at launch, and that'll determine if I get it at launch or if I'm going to wait a few months. We'll see. Series X is a little more tricky in the sense that I don't necessarily need it to play the Xbox games, because I can play them on PC, obviously. But we'll see. We'll see. But at some point, I will definitely own both in my home. And Caleb Miguel, how you doing? Hope you're staying safe out there in Orange County. And okay, just going through. Oh, and Delia is saying Halo Infinite. Yes, July is going to be huge, because I cannot wait to see what Halo Infinite is. I'm excited for the potential of what it is, but I want to see it at this point. I want to see it. I want to see the direction they're taking it, the story, Master Chief, Cortana, the whole thing. But it is absolutely something that I'm going to want to play when it comes out. But again, I don't need a Series X to play it. I can play it on my PC. But we'll see when that reveal comes in July. Movie Matix. Do I mess with racing games? I used to be super hardcore into racing games. I used to play like Gran Turismo 3 was my jam back in the day. That to me was probably the last system selling racing game, was Gran Turismo 3. But yeah, used to be big into Gran Turismo. Forza has improved leaps and bounds over the years, and Forza Horizon was a great entry into that series. I'll play them. I'm not huge into them now. Like Project Cars, I dabbled a little bit with it. I know Project Cars 3 is coming out, so I'll have to get more information on that. I remember, was it Rally Sport? Was that original Xbox or was that early 360? God, I can't remember now, but I remember I used to love Rally Sport back in the day, stuff like that. And what else do we have here? Oh yeah, Caleb, you obviously missed earlier. You weren't here. Yeah, I'm getting the Cyberpunk Xbox One X. I will have it at some point this week, and I'll have more to say then as to the whole story behind it. But yeah, I will be getting it this week. And B Money, I've been hyped for Cyberpunk since the first time I heard about Mike Pondsmith talk about in 2012, along with Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, he's on my bucket list of people I want to sit down and interview. And obviously COVID would make it challenging to do it face to face. I hope, and I'm going to try and see if I can speak with Mike Pondsmith before Cyberpunk 2077 comes out. I would love to be able to pick his brain. Honestly, even if it's off the record, I would love to pick his brain about what's going on in the world right now and how it equates to everything. Because I did see a quote from him. I guess he recently said that Cyberpunk was more of a warning for what we're going through now more than anything when he created. But I might be misquoting, so I don't want to delve on it too much. But yeah, he's someone I would love to be able to sit down and talk to. And that voice, that dude, whew, he's got a hell of a voice too. And Game Notes, what's going on, brother? How you doing? And Paris, what do you think of the new Samurai song? I think it's freaking fire. I'd play it on here, but then I'd get demonetized. But yeah, it's freaking great, dude. And all right, yeah, we're over an hour now, so I guess I will start wrapping this up somewhat. A couple more questions, but I want to appreciate everyone hanging out with me on here. And, the world's crazy right now. It is. But I definitely think we're headed towards change. And it is for sure needed. And I appreciate all the love and support people publicly and privately have been sending me the past week. It means a lot to me and my family. And I'm going through questions as I wrap this up. So, yeah, if you got any questions, definitely say them now. And I'll try and address them, and we'll go ahead and get out of here. But I would easily pay a large sum of money to watch Paris interview with Mike Pondsmith. That's funny. Yeah, I definitely would love to have a conversation. I would love to have a public conversation with him, and I would absolutely love to have an offline between us conversation, because there's definitely some things I would love to talk to him about privately, just to get his point of view of the world and everything that's going on. And Movie Mad, be safe, and thanks for your words. Or no, thank you, I appreciate it. So yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and end it here on a good note. Okay, last question. Nick is saying, played Sea of Thieves recently. No, I've not, and I need to. I need a crew. I need to get a crew, and I want to jump back into this game. I honestly have not played it since, first 6 months of it being out. I have not, just full disclosure. And I know that game has made so many strides since then that it's damn near a new game at this point. I need a crew. PC, Xbox, wherever the hell you want to play it, I need a crew. I need to play Sea of Thieves. Put the bat signal out. I need people to jump in with me, and we can do it. Look, I'm not going to say I'm going to do it this week, because I honestly don't feel like playing anything, but I would say in the next few weeks, I for sure want to revisit Sea of Thieves. Talise, do you add subs to game with? I don't have subs. Do I have subs? Is that what does YouTube do subs? I don't know how YouTube works. I just know the super chat thing. Honestly, I'm not trying to, do the whole membership thing and all that on this channel, at least right now. Now, anyways, I need to investigate a little more. But people want to game with me. My DMs are always open. They are. Message me, email me, whatever. Shoot me your gamer tag. I'll add you. You see me online, shoot me an invite. Yeah, I'm definitely down. Yeah, Arctic, Danny, and Pete and I, we have that classic Sea of Thieves clip, and I guess that's what I'm saying. It's been that long since I've played, and I need to for sure jump in. And yeah, absolutely, join the Gamertag Radio Discord. I will throw this screen up really quick so you can see where you can find all that stuff. And that's where you can find discord.gg/GTR. You can join our Discord channel. We have a great community over there, like-minded gamers that want to have fun and game. Obviously, if you're here on a YouTube channel right now and you're a subscriber, thank you for that. Trying to build this tiny little channel up into something I can be proud of. So the more subs I can get, spread the word, share it out with your friends, do all that stuff. Obviously, follow me on Twitter at Vicious696. I'm on there rambling about something all the time. So again, I really appreciate everyone. I appreciate all your help with everything that we're doing now. And let me see. No, I don't have it there. Never mind. But excuse me. June 25th, Night City Wire. I'm streaming it live here. Danny and Pete are going to join me. We're watching Night City Wire. It's going to be a freaking celebration. I cannot wait. So please join me over here. And I wasn't going to show it, but I will show it. So let me close a couple windows here. I'm going to show you guys the layout really quick. Let me see if I can pull something up here. Pull it up here. And yep. And let's see. I think it's this. Yes, it's this. So join me. Night City Wire. It's June 25th. I cannot wait. As soon as we find out the time, obviously I'll put it out on social, but again, share this out to all your friends. Let everybody know. Be here on the channel. I hope we just have a huge turnout and we just watch Night City Wire and we'll do a reaction and the whole thing and just have a lot of fun with it. So again, Night City Wire, June 25th. Again, everyone that's been here right now, thank you for joining me on the channel. It's been a crazy couple weeks, but we're going to get through this. So I hope everyone has, Eagles fan. Yes, I'm going to lose my mind on the 25th, just so you know. But I hope everybody has a good Sunday. I'm going to go hang out with some friends, me and my wife. We're going to drink wine and just relax and not think about all the nonsense in the world right now. So again, thank you for joining me this morning. I really appreciate everyone that tuned in and hung out. I appreciate all the questions, everything. Everyone stay safe. We're going to get through this. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys again real soon.